Can you hear the bells?
Ooh, yes, but they seem kind of far off, like they're coming from a decade ago.
Well, that makes sense because we are jumping back in time all the way to season 2 of this week's Race Chaser Random Ruwind.
Back to season 2, when the WeHo girls didn't wear body, grabbing supplies in the workroom was cutthroat, and Merle was on the judges panel.
These season 2 divas are about to marry themselves their own wedding dress creations.
But not before there's some workroom drama.
Tyra isn't complete.
Mama, the sparks are flying this episode.
Let's go.
M.
Oh.
M. Mom!
Race Chaser. Race Chaser. Yeehaw. Race Chaser. Race Chaser. Yeehaw.
Oh, hello.
Aw, kissy kisses Ruru.
Hello, Prissy Kissness. Hello, and welcome back to Race Chaser Classic, a podcast dedicated to the discussion, dissection,
And dissemination
of every single episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, starting from the very beginning.
This is the beginning.
And then jumping around indiscriminately as we like this. My name's Alaska, first of all.
Hello, Alaska. My name's Willam.
And this is part of our December to Dismember. This is a very special moment that we like to call the Race Chaser Random Ruwind.
This is the moment.
Where we go back into a random episode of our choosing from the old text, the classic, the Old Testament, really. This is from season 2, episode 5. It's called Here Comes the Bride. Just a random season 2 episode because it's Christmas and hey sis, it's Christmas. And you know what?
What?
You deserve to go back and watch a random episode from season 2. We all deserve it because it's such a reminder of like, this is why this show is kind.
A reminder?
To me. It's a reminder.
To me, personally.
Consider that stolen!
Girl, been there.
How do
So
you
this is
think
14
about
years
this
ago.
episode?
I find watching old episodes of Drag Race like a comfort. It takes me back to like when it was on Logo and like the Matthew years. And it's like my favorite ones. It was like, it was the building blocks for the franchise, I feel like. And this show succeeded because there were such great archetypes and seeing these kind of girls on TV for the first time, like, oh, the show queen, oh, the rabble rouser, oh, the this one, the that one, and watching like Morgan and Juju and Tyra. It's just like they're iconoclasts. That's the only word for it, really. And I worship them. And watching this episode was great. Pandora's there too.
All right, don't on Pandora. This is not a shitting on Pandora podcast. I don't
didn't say
condone.
girl. They
We
do it on
condone
the judging
ourselves.
panel.
We
They shit all
condone
over.
ourselves in a certain way on this podcast.
Hold on, the earpiece fell out, but I'm sure you're saying very nice things about my New Jersey.
And that's why this is when drag queens were being drag queens because it was their job and their calling.
Yes.
They weren't doing it because, you know what, I'm going to do drag because someday I can get on this show called Drag Race. Girl, that wasn't even in anybody's mind. These were
once.
queens that were just being queens in the world, and they were plucked out of wherever they were doing drag and thrust into a new territory with no blueprint, totally unexpected. It was the wild, wild west, and
Girl,
it was so much fun to watch.
Someone spent $800 on their package in season 2. $800.
Yeah.
That's one
That's a
wig now.
lot.
Back
That's a
then,
lot.
yeah. So this episode is the Here Comes the Bride episode. It's iconic, but the episode before that was the Snatch Game. It was the first Snatch Game ever in history. So these girls literally wrote the herstory.
They invented it. They're the blueprint.
There's still like the reverberations of that episode, the Snatch Game, being felt in the Here Comes the Bride episode. It's like right after Morgan's legendary pink, right on. And
Trust.
Pandora was
Money,
Carol
honey.
Channing, like giving her props for that. That was the role that everyone thought would win. And then you had Tatiana, who was an underdog until that point, coming up as like doing her dumb little Britney.
Two hearts that beat as well. It's all iconic, every bit of it. So we're
too. I honestly
right.
like as Paris. That was so like just blasé perfect.
At the beginning of this
Jessica
episode, Morgan had just sent Sonique home. Unbelievable that Sonique went home this early in a season. Hard to believe.
Nika.
The episode starts, though, of course, with hotel footage. This was kind of pornish.
Morgan beating up her alarm clock. That
was an acting challenge on Morgan. I don't want to get up. I'm gonna knock the alarm clock off the table. They open with that. Tatiana is shirtless, brushing her tongue. Raven is a Bellamy model, putting on her acid wash, low rise, boot cut jeans, distressed.
Juju is dabbing, never rubbing. Dabbing, never rubbing.
Always dab.
Just moisture.
It's a little pornish to have the cameras in the hotel room, don't you think?
They did it to us, and the shot that they showed of me was doing push-ups in my underwear.
It's pornish.
Yeah, I gave them what they wanted to see.
Listen, they were trying to fire on every angle for this show. They were like, people are going to tune in to see the twinks.
Yeah. So the mirror message from Sonique is peace and love. XO, Sonique. It also says trust.
In quotes.
Trust.
Morgan is talking about sending her home. This was the olden days, so Morgan should have wiped off the message, but she was like, who wants to clean it off? I don't want to.
Yeah, Tatiana actually says about Sonique, she always has something negative to say.
Oh my God. Also, under Morgan's name, it says she's from Miraloma.
Morgan Miraloma? That sounds like her porn name.
Where is Miraloma?
California.
The IE?
Well, yes.
It's Tammy with an IE.
I had an
we love
with
it.
IE.
Well, we all have an auntie, Tammy with an IE.
We really do.
Tammy Brown.
This video message, will you tell us? Do it in your inevitable.
She says, at the beginning, she says, Club Queen Martha Wash. Is that all that Martha Wash is? She is a music legend. She's not a club queen. I guess she was doing the Pride circuits.
I think she's lovely. I know. I listen to her songs in the club. She is a club queen.
She is the queen of clubs.
Miraloma
the video message
is near Fairmount Park, just west of Riverside, in the Yoruba Valley,
out
near
where Raven
Pedley
lives.
and Rancho
Out where
del
Raven
Sol.
lives. Raven lives out there in Riverside, doesn't she?
She was sector queen out there, yeah, of the wives.
And Mayhem. And Mayhem. All those classic divas all live out in the IE. Or is that even the IE? I don't know. The RuPaul message says, first of all, can we get some commotion for RuPaul's look in the mirror or in the video
Oh
message?
my God. Ovations for this crinkly Matthew hair and this off the shoulder with the burgeoning bust. You know
That's
they're
a
about
woman.
to pop. Woman.
That is a woman, and she is sexual. She says, hey dolls, to prove to me that you are the next drag superstar, you're going to need to make a real commitment, one that could last a lifetime, or at least until the next best thing comes along. Pull yourself together, because you can have your cake and eat it too, because when it comes to RuPaul's Drag Race, honey, you've only just begun.
This is like when two becomes one. We've only just begun is like a wedding song by the Carpenters.
Sure.
I really feel like this was giving Bride. So everybody knew.
Gina's son Carpenter.
Literally. Girl, she looks young. She looks like she's in her 40s.
RuPaul is so stunning. She's got a
Gorgeous.
white blazer, pink blouse.
It's very Palm Springs gay. Then she
I
gives out
love
boxes.
this mini challenge. Why haven't we ever done this? Can we do this as a bonus content?
You want to lose again?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a tradition now at this point almost.
It would be apropos of this holiday.
Apropos.
Apropos of Christmas.
Pro.
What this episode does sometimes is apropos.
Well, this mini challenge, they get to wrap a box and they get to use all types of wrapping
A
paper.
box!
Do a creative
Maybe we should do it on the
wrapping
Australia
job.
tour.
I don't know how engaging it would be for stage.
Oh, but Detox will make her chicken voice with the box.
We have to, and then they borrow something from their, because it's like something borrowed, something blue, that kind of vibe.
Oh, okay.
They borrow something from their fellow queens, and something from their own drag in order to do a creative wrapping box.
What?
The girls, in typical season 2 fashion, run and punch each other in the face trying to get to the wrapping paper.
It's a
like,
wrap.
you guys.
It really is aggressive, physical.
It's not that serious.
It is for Tyra.
It's a mini challenge. You don't even win a prize.
Did you
do
know
they?
that? You do. You will get to assign the order for the dresses. But for this episode, let's keep a running tally on how many things Tyra invented. She invented gold wrapping paper. Then she invented stenciling
Facial
on
hair.
facial hair.
Yeah.
She invented short wedding dresses. She invented appliques. She's an inventor.
She is an inventress.
And in this mini challenge, she is mad that someone else is doing gold. Juju is copying her when we know.
So I was doing gold, and then I looked over and I saw that someone else was doing gold, and I said, "This just won't do." Some of these wrapping jobs are a little hokey pokey, Hobby Lobby. Some of them are chic.
My favorite part was when she said, and there's different sides because this box has different dimensions, like me. It's a cube. It's the same dimensions all around.
But the color story.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. Well,
Thank you.
Morgan's box is busy. She got a busy box.
That looks like a clown.
It's terrible. And then I do like Jessica Wilde just getting her mom in there for stories. She's like, "This is my mom." You know her mom was so excited to be on
Because
TV.
she is my gift.
Yeah.
She is my gift.
Like,
and yeah.
Beautiful. Raven's box is chic, and it's black like her makeup.
She's goth.
But Raven's.
Wait, did you just say black like her makeup, like her foundation? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Am I not allowed to say that?
It just took me a second.
Oh.
You know what? Listen, those girls in the IE go tanning, okay?
Yeah. They do.
She's tan.
She's tan. I get tan. I like tans on my legs, but not on my face.
I'll be a boy for you.
I won't work my looks no more.
What is Jujubee's box like?
Juju's box is chic. A chic gold box with a bird on top? Or no, Juju let somebody borrow the bird. I can't see anything in these glasses.
That raven belongs to Jujubee. I thought Tatiana's box was really pretty. The girls are cutting eyes at her, but I thought it was really pretty. It was like teal with like sort of fuchsia
Very Ashley Tisdale.
bows. This is something the primary color princess would wear because it's not primary color.
Get her, bitch. Get that colorblind
Cheryl,
hoe.
we love you. We love you, Diva. We love you, Diva.
I think Raven also was a great winner for this mini challenge because she was like selling it, her presentation to Ruby, and like, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. Like,
she was.
Like,
I just want to remind you both, Tatiana was 21 years old when she was doing this competition. Same with Tyra.
Young dolls.
Young dolls.
Tyra is a complete
bitch. What you aren't seeing.
Raven won because quoth the raven on her box talks to RuPaul, and RuPaul likes that sort of gimmick.
Oh, we're gonna take a nevermore break.
She said, "You win, and you get to do my makeup in a few years."
Boom.
are back, and this main challenge is a really fun one.
I
It's
hear
a
wedding
wedding
bells.
challenge. I do. Yes,
I
I hear the
can
wedding.
hear the bells.
I can hear the bells.
Mhm.
It's a wedding challenge, so it's very binary. But you know what? Gender was a construct, but it wasn't quite torn apart like newspaper yet
Uh-huh.
at that time.
The,
So you get to be a bride and a groom. Very binary.
the fabulous
boy
people at RK
drag.
Bridal. They
Man
provided
drag.
dresses. Man drag.
Yes. And then you pose with yourself as a lady bride.
This is
They
very
give
America's
you-
Next Top Model.
They give you tuxedos and they give you a rack of wedding gowns. And you have to like repurpose the gowns and make them into like your own kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
Raven gets to assign the order that the girls get to pick the gowns. And there's a moment where Juju's plucked because she's like, I gave Raven that bird. And she picks Morgan
she's
first.
pissed.
You
Oh,
know
girl,
those IE
why?
queens stick together, honey.
Girl.
Yeah.
Mama, she gave you the raven. The raven sunk the wind for you.
We're just saying, that's all. Those IE girls.
Jujubee was very displeased. I will just say that.
Well, the girls pick their dresses. Juju goes after, I think, Morgan.
Jujubee's face.
So she only goes one person later, but she's still like, it's still the story point for the. All Juju needs is one track of hair, and she's like, yeah. She crosses over quick, mama. But, Raven chose Morgan. And then the girls start embellishing looks, and Tyra grabs some scissors, and everybody grabs the scissors after her. She says, this is what I do. I make things short, and then everybody makes short. Everyone will make Betsy's wedding up in here. High-low Gina Davis hems.
Oh my God.
She's young, and she thinks, oh, I came up with this. No one's ever had this idea. I didn't know what I do.
The girls knock the
21.
wedding rack over. They knock the rack over. Like, what are you guys doing?
Well,
it's fine.
You saw why they knocked it over. Tyra pulled it over in front of the table to block everybody. And then Tati was like, you, this ain't sample sale.
Tyra was on a different TV show than everyone else.
It was
She
part
just
Survivor.
was.
It really was warfare.
She was like, you.
But this was great. It was good TV. It had villains. It had girls hating each other for no reason. Like Raven choosing Tati last to get her dress, of course. It was like, and then like the rat getting pushed by Tati onto another girl.
That is so chaotic. I
Amazing.
can't even imagine. They do the slow-mo version of the rack of wedding gowns falling onto the girl.
I think they did the
Like,
slow-mo when
chill
our
out, you
shit fell
guys.
too.
Chill the out. Anyway.
This is what they wanted. That's why they set it up like that. They knew stuff was on wheels and not locked down because they wanted a dynamic shot where would fall.
What kind of wedding gown would you have designed?
Mine would have been very similar between Morgan's
Morgan.
and Raven's. Somewhere along that line, like after Betsy's wedding, but like also it would have a cape reveal. Like the big bottom part would be up by the shoulder, and I would come out looking like a bell, maybe with a little eye hanging under my knees, like bell eye, and then the cape would twirl off, and it would be like bridal cocktail.
Oh. Okay.
What would you design? White trash bags?
See, I think wedding dresses should be long, and I think that they should be. I mean, I'd love just like a strapless, like princess.
But long on me?
thing.
What about my cookie?
G-
Get it out. It's wedding.
Girl, I know, but I'm talking for myself.
Okay.
And so I would get a bunch of gowns and make a really long train, like Princess Diantra.
27 dresses, but the train is made of dresses.
27 dresses.
That would be sickening.
A Katherine Heigl vehicle?
I've never seen that movie, but yes.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But if there's 27 dresses, I would enjoy it.
I mean, you get a walkthrough for these wedding dresses with Matthew, and that's fun because he's like, "This is your face. This is your face on drag."
Oh yeah.
And he's telling the girls like how to fix their mugs, and he's telling
fix your mug. Fix your wig.
while he looks like Jack from Titanic, fully
Yes. I'll never let go.
giving like stowaway Vivienne Westwood fashion.
Stowaway.
It really is with the little scarf. Look at Matthew's scarf. It's so cute. It's very
He
stowaway.
is so adorable.
Yeah. And he's like giving the girls their props and like being nice and like it's like to be that age, 21 and whatever, and to be like in the presence of like a guy that you knew did like Janet's makeup for that Busta video with the one thing in the cock feathers, like that's
yeah.
legendary. And he painted Beyonce and all these people. He said no to Madonna at one point. Like he didn't want to go on tour with her. Like he's a legend, and he's in here like being like, yeah, warm it up.
Sometimes your face worries me.
Sometimes it's just a
He
little.
said-
I see what you're trying to do, but it's all a little magic marker.
Oh, wow.
What he said to Morgan, that was great.
He tells Sahara
would
that she
be-
looks much older in drag.
Yeah. It's not so magic marker. I also love the walk around because like Rue is just like loving on Jujubee, and she's like, "What would you call this color?" And Juju's like, "Tawny sunset." It's just like the drag queen language where we were like, let me set this up for you, and then just knock it out of the park. Juju's so good at that.
Jujubee and RuPaul, I feel like, have a kindredness about them. Like,
Yeah.
they have a sense of humor that is just so, like, present and so witty and also fierce. And, like, so, yes, she loves some Jujubee for sure.
What would be your groom photo for taking when you're the groom?
Well, I would stencil on facial hair, and if any of the other girls did it, they would be copying me. So,
And you know what? In this look right now, you're kind of giving Barnyard Bill's like child, like waiting for Christmas. Hopefully you get
yes,
a
for
book.
sure. I thought I was giving Cher on that tour where she wears the big like snow cowl.
I'd like
That's
to
what
share
this is
something with
giving.
you. You're not giving share.
That's a give it.
Chad would slap you in the face.
For
the winter. Jesus, play a Christmas song. I'm in the nativity all night long. I love
Your
Cher.
dictivity scene.
My dictivity is living. It's living.
The three wise.
We got some big ones. We got a finger from Mr. Hankey's toy, like that big as as Joseph.
The baby Jesus should be a popper's bottle because it's a baby. Like it's supposed to be little.
I'm getting Andrew Yang to make me the baby Jesus, like one of the penises from Human Resources, like those furry crazy ones, because that's like a cute
Oh, okay.
one. Like I
Okay.
want it to be
Yeah,
furry
yeah.
and like swaddled.
I love
Swaddled.
that.
Oh, swaddled.
Swaddled sunset.
Oh,
What
swaddle
would
the
you have
cock.
done for your boy look?
Well, my boy look when I got married for real in 2008 was,
So around this time,
yeah, honestly, this was around that time.
should you have swooped forward hair like the photographer?
I did have like a Bieber flat ironed
Yeah.
swoop, and I had on a shirt this color. It's a old Tammy Wynette shirt that said "Stand by Your Man," a vintage
Aw.
T-shirt, and I blew him in the parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
on Santa Monica
romance.
Boulevard.
Love that kind of
Yeah, so
stuff.
I would wear that
Stuff.
probably. Just something very like Child Bride. Child Bride from
Sure.
Melrose.
Yeah, I mean, I would have gone classic. Like I like classic. So I would have done like, I don't know, just a normal tuxedo and like a black, bow tie. Do you wear a bow tie for marriage?
I don't know. Remember what Gigi Good wore for her prom look in 2013 or whenever? 2000, whatever year she was on. It was like a pink and like blue tuxedo on the runway.
Okay.
Like maybe
Like
I wore
that.
that for my second wedding. Something like Gucci.
Sure.
Yeah, Pandora dresses like a
Pandora.
veteran, with no decorations here. Did you think they were going to add that in post? And then, or no, she's a police officer. That's it.
No, she's like a retired military man.
Yeah, I didn't. This was very like, it was very Captain America before he gets the juice.
It was reminding me of the birdcage when Armand dresses up like a straight man and he has the mustache and he's like, I look like my father in this suit. He shot himself when he was 30.
Well, Pandora even says, she says, I feel more like a drag king than I feel like me just out of drag.
Because she's a
Yeah,
woman.
well, she was giving it a
Woman.
character for sure, which it ended up working out really well. Like in the final product, it just looks so funny and kuka to
This
me.
is crazy that this was before gay marriage was legal, and they say something about it because like it was legal in it was only legal in California. That's why I was married.
Wow.
And then they tried to take it
Yeah.
away. When was Prop 8? Jesus, I don't even know.
They really glaze over Jujubee's man photo shoot, which I don't know why. She looks
In
great.
2008, Prop 8.
She always looks great. Oh yeah, 2008. Because my first anniversary was going to be September 9th, 2009, and I forgot it. And I thought 999, how could I forget? And then I did.
Oh.
Girl, gay marriage. Tati recounts an altercation that happens in the workroom where she tells Tyra, no one wants to hear your mouth. Why are you such a We don't see that, but it's talked about apparently. It was after cameras and they were given more time to work on their wedding dresses. And Tyra was like, just what we saw, I guess, wasn't as bad as it got, apparently, when cameras were down.
Wow.
But Tyra said she's going to go back to singing because she wasn't asked politely.
Oh, and she's flinging the shot of her sashaying sideways, flinging this piece of chiffon is
You know
so
what?
iconic.
Well, the
If they
cameras
ever-
literally pan behind her in slow motion.
Yeah, they got it. She was
Yeah,
doing a full
she was giving them
performance.
shots. She was saying, ooh, nurse, about the workroom. She was telling the cameraman where to go.
She was Beyonce on Christmas at that football game.
Can I tell you that if there is ever a true Hollywood story on Miss King Tyra Sanchez, I want Meatball to play her, singing and
Okay.
reenacting this scene in a wedding dress.
Ooh.
And then
They
maybe
didn't
like,
have to clear Halo by Beyonce because the notes were off, but you can still tell what the song is.
it was unrecognizable based on the musicality of it, but you know what she was going for.
Hit me like a ray of sun.
Yeah, the devil had them chords.
Ooh.
That you know what that is? That's the siren call for a locksmith for all them keys. The queens are trying to ignore Tyra, but it's not working. But they do ignore her when she obviously needs help. Like she's trying to position a mirror to zip up and see the back, and like all the girls. There's a great shot where it's like over the shoulder of two girls helping each other to Tyra alone in the mirror. This is cinematography, children.
Keep burning yourself. Jujubee is fully assiding to the camera, and Tyra is screaming because she's hot gluing things to herself.
Yeah.
And Jujubee said, "Girl, I told her to not. She told her to do something different. I can't remember what it was. Like top stick or spray adhesive is what she was. She told Tyra you can use spray adhesive instead, and Tyra said no, and that's why Jujubee was pissed.
You know what she had on her head? A fed updo.
Fed
Up,
mother.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
The main
burning
stage.
yourself,
Can we talk about
bitch.
RuPaul?
Let's do it after a break.
Yes, please. But let's take a break.
On the main stage, they're using the proscenium from the Henry Fonda Theater, which they've never filmed at,
Why not?
on Hollywood Boulevard.
B-roll, honey. B-roll, honey.
I don't
Beatrice
do B-roll.
roll.
I don't do B-roll, no.
Oh, I don't do background and I don't do B-roll.
I don't just
I don't do hotel shots and I won't be seen cleaning.
I wasn't difficult, I swear. I can't find this hair. Ugh. The judges. They said, Merle, put in some
RuPaul.
hair. Merle.
RuPaul.
Merle, here. Put in a wiglet, girl. You're on TV.
Merle just put in the clip-in tracks just back here and just did the one side.
It works. I love it. Where was this Merle the whole time?
She looks kind.
She looked very kind. And RuPaul?
Mother
Ugh.
of the bride.
Touchable. Whimsical beauty.
So stunning, so soft. The hair is layered and asymmetrical and has flowers mounted inside of it.
If the
It's
Princess Bride was an
ethereal.
updo.
Yes, it's ethereal. She
Windswept.
feels beautiful. You can tell.
She knows she's beautiful. You don't have to tell her. Santino
This
looks like a Moulin
mauve.
Rouge extra.
Santino is the pre-show of Moulin Rouge. Yes.
Martha Wash is also there looking iconic. RuPaul's hair. God damn it, Matthew.
And Matthew says, I love your hair.
This became the cover of a book, didn't it?
It did, where she's like this.
It made the cover.
Oh, so good. I love that he compliments himself in that intro. It's
She's
just
kind
like so perfect, quintessential Matthew. God bless him.
She's cunt that way.
Oh, she is kind.
The girls are giving bridal on the run. I heard from an inside source that Martha Wash was falling asleep this whole judging process. And RuPaul had to be like, honey, it's your turn. It's your turn. Wake up.
It was the hum of the generators just getting
Girl, I get it. It's a long day.
long day.